Now, as today we celebrate the official birthday of our wonderful King Charles III with the trooping of the colour, things aren't looking good for our friendly couple across the pond, Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They just appear to be going from bad to worse. I mean, the latest development of which there are many, none of them good. Remember the car chase through gridlocked New York? Oh, dear. Well, the latest development is that Meghan Markle has been dropped by Spotify. And it's been reported that the words used by a senior Spotify executive to describe them started with a swear word beginning with F, followed by the word grifters, the dictionary definition of which a person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. Now, the comment was made by a Bill Simmons, who's head of podcast innovation and monetisation at Spotify, and he made them in an episode of his own podcast. Yep, the rug is finally being pulled from that incredibly lucrative deal, the one that they announced when they decided to flee this country, the race card firmly in hand, thus allowing our Queen Elizabeth II, who so dignifiedly served this country for over 70 years, going to her grave believing that the world thought the royal family were racist, which clearly couldn't be further from the truth. Harry and Meghan, it seemed, failed to meet a productivity benchmark set by the streaming giant. Basically, they did sweep Fanny Adams. Apparently, it was a mutual decision, but make of that what you will. Frankly, if I were heading up Spotify, I too would cut my losses. I mean, who wants to hear a very privileged couple telling their stories of woe, or, in Meghan's case, listening to her talk over a guest and an inexperienced presenter, only there because of her connections and not because of her skill as a podcaster? I mean, let's be honest. What else could she possibly tell us that they haven't already said? And who would be interested anyway? They had an opportunity to push a positive message on a beautifully laden platform filmed with love, joy and hope, and they pushed it back in our faces. Being royal is a privilege. Instead of seeing it as that, they went on a mission of self-sabotage where they didn't have to do anything at all. The Spotify contract would have net them £20 million, which is nothing when you consider the value of being royal, but that contract was terminated without full payment. The Markle camp claimed that everyone involved was proud of the series we made together. However, Bill Simmons, remember him, the Spotify podcast exec, he begged to differ. He said, "I've got to get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to try to help him with a podcast idea. It's one of my best stories." I, for one, can't wait for that. Sign me up, buddy. The royal family bring this country billions. They're a huge net benefit, and people from all over the world come to this country because of it. No one does pomp and pageantry better than us here, and I love it. Why would you be so foolish as to exchange being royal for reality TV? It's hilarious.